Hey y'all, so today I got my man here.
Home early and don't have that much to do today.
Which that's weird.
That's very odd for me.
We've been working almost till dark every night. I'm sure y'all have too. It's that busy time of year.
You get everything done while the sun's shining. What's that saying?
Make hay while the sun shines.
Make hay while the sun's shining.
Well, we thought we'd take y'all.
We've actually been doing that, making hay while the sun's shining.
Yep. So. I'm kind of sick of making hay.
It's nice to have a little break from it for a little while.
Yeah, they called for rain here all week, and I was actually kind of looking forward to it because I saw a meme on somewhere that said, God gives us rainy days to get the housework done, and that's about what it is right now. I need to do some stuff inside, but there's been no rainy days, so. But we'll take what we get.
Yeah, it's beautiful today. Actually, sunshine, partly cloudy, and I think I saw 94 on the
It's getting
sign.
Later in the afternoon. It's probably like 5 o'clock. I started to film a garden update, garden walkthrough for y'all earlier, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna wait. I get sick of being on these videos by myself. I thought I'm gonna wait and we can do this together. So
yay!
We're gonna go around and show y'all how everything's doing, give you some quick looks at everything. I think we'll move pretty quickly because I want to show y'all all the different herb beds and gardens we got. So y'all ready?
Let's roll. All right, you want to tell us what we got here?
All right, so this is just one of my herb beds. I need to, as you can see, do some amending and build it back up. We made them this tall because I didn't want to weed and bend way over.
We'll pan back here and it's just made out of slab lumber.
This is not a type of raised bed that's gonna last for years and years and years because this is just untreated slab lumber. You're probably gonna have to go a little bit more expensive than what we did for it to last and last. It was our first attempt. It's made it through 2 seasons so far, so I'm pretty pleased with it. But this is just where I stuck my extra onions. I have an entire row of onions in the garden, but I had a bunch of extra and I stuck them in here, and they're actually doing really good because this is really loose soil. We really put pretty good soil in this. It's a lot of like mulch and compost and things. When we told you about getting really cheap bags at Walmart, we've got a video on that. If you haven't checked that out, you should, because if any bags are damaged at any big box stores, they'll generally, if you can talk to the manager, mark them way down, which that's kind of letting our secret out of the bag, but I want y'all to get a good deal too.
Why don't you show them how loose the soil is?
Yeah, it's really loose. It's really dark. So if any grass grows in here or weeds, it pulls right up, but it really doesn't grow much weeds. I love it. I mean, this does sell me on the raised beds. Like that whole clump just pulled right out. So let's move on. These are my beauties, my big elderberry bushes. They're covered in berries. Some of them's already gone. I don't know what's going on here, but there's gonna be a bazillion. This is more than I've ever had, and last year I probably didn't have a fourth of this amount, and I had more than we used. So
that's just one bush too.
Also,
hold on. I want you to look up here on top.
It's weird that some parts of this, I guess this is new growth, or this is actually what I think it is. This is coming out of the ground. This is this year's growth is what it is. It's still flowering. It's a little bit behind the others. So that's how we've given all of y'all the free elderberry and the cheap elderberry in the pots at the shindig. It just shoots up new growth underneath it. So anyway, I love elderberry. This is totally chasing a rabbit trail, but I've heard of multiple people in our little community in the last week or two that have confirmed they've gone to the doctor, been tested, they have the flu in the summer. So flu season never really ended around here, which is so weird because I've never heard of people getting the flu in June. But keep taking your elderberry. In fact, I need to make us some elderberry to take. All right, this is one of my herb beds. I'm gonna make this quick. I didn't know what these were at first, but pretty sure they're weeds, so I gotta get these out of here. But some of these tall flowers are echinacea flowers. Like that one's already shriveled up, but there's more up here. You can take those and tincture them. You can put them in like glycerin, or you can put them in an alcohol and shake it every day, and you can tincture actually several parts of the echinacea plant. If you're interested in that, look it up. When the roots get 2 or 3 years old and they're really developed, you can harvest the roots in the fall and add those to your flower tincture, and it's a really good immune booster for the winter. That's only been in there a couple years, so I've never harvested the roots yet, but I'm not sure what this is.
Bee balm, ain't it? Or bee balm or lemon balm? Or, no,
it's not lemon balm. This is either hyssop or bee balm. I think it's bee balm. And this is coming off my this was a chicory clump down in there. Some of this is weeds. Some of this is like dill. And then if you go on over to the other side, like I've thinned this back because what I've been doing is taking 1 herb a day, and like I just did lemon balm. And you can cut too much off your herbs and actually kill them, but some of these like lemon balm and mint, I'm not sure I could kill them. But I cut a big chunk of lemon balm off and filled my dehydrator with it for 1 day, and then I got it ready and jarred it up. And then I've done oregano, I've done sage over there. I'm working on the mints right now. I'm gonna do lavender and rosemary and parsley and all my different mints. I think this is my cilantro that's went to seed. And I think when it goes to seed, that is called cardamom. The seed is. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. But anyway, I'm just drying 1 herb a day and getting it stored up, so I'll have all those things dehydrated for the winter. More elderberry. Lemongrass. It's doing pretty good. This thing has to be watered pretty good. These are Emily's, they need a drink too, but these are strawberry calendulas. This, I'm not sure that one is. No, that's her daisy, I'm sorry. These are the strawberry calendulas that had bloomed. There's some more about to open up. And then this is lemongrass from our sweet viewer, and chamomile in amongst it. So, all right, you want to jump over the garden and then we'll show them the rest of the herbs and stuff? Okay, we're gonna show you the first tomatoes Ben sprouted, basically when everyone else did. Still in the winter time, sprouted them. I don't know if we didn't harden them off good enough or what. What do you think, Ben?
I didn't do nothing different on them than I did on the others.
No, and they just kind of went backwards, and they're still just kind of sitting there stagnant. And this happened to us last year. But when we start planting right at the date that our calendar says we can, we're still not dipping below where it's gonna like kill a tomato, but we're still hovering. It's still really cold. And I think we've learned a few things over the years. We knew it, but this year we still get the itch to get them in the ground as soon as possible, and these just suffered from it. And then he sprouted some more later on, and I'm gonna take you and show you those, and they never went backwards. We probably didn't plant them till what, mid-May? They took off. They're outrageous. I can't wait to show y'all those. So
what's crazy, these were all planted at the same time out of the same batch. So you'll see this one here, give them an idea how big that one is.
I mean, this one's what I'd call decent. It's by no means gonna win any awards, but it has done a little bit of growing. But then moved down, these were sprouted and planted the same day.
And then look, that one right there, that's not even knee high.
No.
Neither is that one.
And it's not for lack of nutrients, because we have actually fertilized these tomatoes.
You get down here, look at that little pitiful plant.
And it has a tomato on it. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. And here's another ridiculous one with the tomatoes.
Huh?
They're so ridiculous, but they're still growing tomatoes. It's weird.
Okay, this is what does not make sense. Out of the same batch, this is a decent looking plant.
It's covered in tomatoes.
It's got good tomatoes. But out of the same 6-pack, look at that little measly thing. It's got a tomato.
Peppers are looking good. We've got every kind of pepper imaginable. They're doing good. I'm actually getting a few peppers off of them. We've got hot peppers, mild peppers. We planted quite a few chocolate bells, and we've got all kinds of stuff to make our own chili powder and to make salsa. We've got poblanos, jalapenos, habanadas, all kinds of peppers.
Hey.
Hey.
What do you got right here? Before we keep walking, what do you got here on your other side of you?
These are the pole beans. I've showed them to y'all before that we sent out in the free packages of seeds. But these are blooming like crazy. They're just a pole bean. It's a green bean. So I'm pretty excited about these.
And you've never tried pole beans, have you?
Never tried pole beans. This is totally new for us. I've always grown bush beans. But here's what enticed me to try it. Last year, me and the kids are picking the garden, and I'm wallering the green bean plant around, picking it. And I thought, what was that? Looked again, and there was a snake coiled up under my green bean. I was like, I'm done. And just keeping it real, this is the end of the pepper row. It needs weeding. There's actually some pepper plants in amongst all this grass though. But this is just evidence I'm loving the ground cover. I'm loving the looks of these purple dove beans. They are beautiful. They're a little grassy too, but they're doing good. I think I may just let them dry on the vine and store them as dried beans. And then this row right here is my Romas. They're doing good. I've actually picked them once. I'm gonna show y'all some beans. All right, so you can see all the beans are doing good. Let's walk on up here.
Oh, are you gonna say something about the corn?
Yeah.
I want it.
Okay.
I got a funny story to tell y'all. I don't know if we've told this before, but every time I see corn and it looks like this, I want you to see how far apart this is. I can't even hardly stretch that far, right?
It's that far apart because it didn't sprout good.
Yeah. We didn't have good germination or whatever, but one year we planted it really, really thick and had great germination, and I mean they was, I don't know,
Right
3-4 inches apart. Andrea told Lane, she said, take the hoe out there and cut down corn stalks, make them a hose width apart. Well, Lane misunderstood, and he had never done that job before, so he did that, and he made them a hose length apart. So we grew corn one year that was...
He laid the hoe down and
yeah.
measured.
He laid the hoe, yeah, that's right. He laid the hoe down and then took everything out in between that one and that one. Not on this one, but in years past. So every time I see,
he was young.
Yeah, every time I see this, that always brings back that memory. All right, these are the tomatoes that I sprouted on the second go around. I don't know if I said it a while ago, but I sprouted 2 go arounds. First one was for the shindig, and then after I sold most of all of them, I went ahead and replanted me some more. And I want you to look at this row. Look all the way up. Every one of these. We thought
we were so behind.
Yeah, these was tiny, and every one of them now are about 4 foot tall and got tomatoes all over them. But
we planted them in mid-May instead of mid-April. They never suffered. Like sometimes around here when you plant in mid-April, stuff will kind of shock and then it's got to take off and grow. These just took off. It was crazy. Yeah. I've never seen anything like it. It really confirmed to me about waiting a little bit longer till the conditions are right for the plant. We're
gonna do that again next year, wait longer. I know it's hard, but for us it seems like it pays off. But there's another factor in that. If y'all remember from several months back, right behind us up there at the greenhouse was a huge pile of compost, and it had been sitting there for over a year. I drug that pile from up there at the greenhouse all the way down here to the end of the garden and then over. So that could be a factor on these tomatoes growing so well and those first ones not, because I know I did not take the pile up that way of the greenhouse. What is this?
Those are zinnias. I'm super excited about those. They're going to be all different colors. That's why it's grassy. I've been leaving it on purpose to give the zinnias a good chance to sprout without me accidentally hitting some tiny ones. So,
who planted those? You or Emily?
we both did. We came out here together and sprinkled them. Mother-daughter flowers. These are atomic purple carrots. They were the free carrots from Baker Creek. And there's actually some little purple carrots. I'm not gonna pull one because they're not very big. Hey, this is Mizuna. It is my new favorite salad green. I love the taste. It's just real mild. I grew some, I'm gonna be honest.
Highway traffic.
I grew some arugula this year because everybody's like, arugula, arugula. It tasted to me like a skunk smells. I don't know why. Has anyone else ever thought arugula smells funny?
She loves cilantro. It puts a chemical taste in my mouth. So I think taste buds have a lot to do with all of these.
Yeah. I'm gonna give arugula some more tries. I don't know. It was just...
And didn't I like the...
Yeah.
That's funny because I said in her salad, she said she didn't like the salad.
I didn't tell them why I didn't like it because I don't want to put that in their heads, but I asked them because Lane loves salad, so I asked Ben and Lane, did y'all like that salad? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So I just kept it to myself for a while.
But if she puts cilantro in it, I can taste it that very first bite. I can't do it.
So I love the Mizuna. It's my new favorite. I really like it. It's got some, like, probably little flies on it. I don't know. Something seems to like it, but oh well. This is the arugula. I'm gonna keep trying. And these are my onions. You can see the whole row. They're kind of grassy, but
they just weeded them. Grass here is growing like crazy.
Someone's saying hello. What y'all doing?
They said we'll take care of that grass.
What you doing? The onions are doing crazy good.
Look at that row of onions. I'm gonna zoom it in.
And then zoom it out.
What am I zooming out on?
The whole row.
I did.
I like it. I like the view. And that row of tomatoes, oh, it's beautiful.
And there ain't weeds growing up that. That's
tomatoes. I know it. They're shading them out. These clips are thebomb.com. We ordered 1,000 off Amazon. So that's what they look like.
And I think you're going to need 1,000.
Yeah. But they will go anywhere.
Oh.
So they just snap together. Well, yeah, that's it. And then you can unclip them and reuse them, which then I'm gonna have to go down through here and find them all. I think these are the alpacas from Kevin and Sarah at Living Traditions, because they're a oblong, they're supposed to be a paste tomato. I think that's them. I've got tags under everything, but I can't see them.
What do you got here besides weeds?
Swiss chard. Rainbow chard.
Show them how big that leaf is right there. Well, you ain't got to pick it.
I know.
Oh.
I'm showing it's as big as my arm. Okay, so I showed you the purple dove beans down at the end. This is the upper part of that row. It's got 3 different kinds of beans, but this is a horticulture bean, which my parents love. This will turn more yellow and more pink. Right now it's green and pink when it's ready. All that's from Baker Creek. But
what do you got there, honey?
They're all doing good. A tomato.
That's from the compost pile.
That's funny. Let's go to the back.
You never know what you're going to find in our garden. We had potatoes in the lettuce row. Now we've got tomatoes in the bean row.
All right, now for the back garden, and it's in the shade, thankfully. It's going crazy, so let's just walk down through here. These are mini white cucumbers. They are the cutest things ever. I might have picked them and ate them all though. They've finally taken off.
What's this over here? Right there?
Yeah, they get bigger than that, but
that's a mini.
Yeah, Oh, they're so cute. They're good too. I'll show y'all one next week. I'll try to
get some clips and clip that up.
All-time favorite squash, lemon squash. I love it. Favorite squash ever, lemon squash from Baker Creek. We just tried this on a whim. No one even recommended it. We just saw it in the catalog 2 years ago, and it's so good. I love it.
But it does not taste like a lemon.
No. All of a sudden, some of my squash vines are just dying. So it's either vine borers, or we pulled too big of a chunk of grass and disturbed the roots. I have a feeling it's probably vine borers.
Pause. We need to rewind the footage from the other day. I didn't pick no grass right here. My grass was picking down there on the watermelons. Okay.
I figure it's squash bugs because we battle those every year. I mean, but what I call squash bugs are the ones crawling all over it you can see. This could be like a vine borer because it'll get in the vine and be in the middle of it. You can actually cut your vine open and find it. I've read about people cutting it open and pulling them out and then them surviving, but I'll just probably plant some more because they grow fast around here. I grew 2 different types of spaghetti squash. One's a bush type spaghetti squash. I'd never heard of it, and it's growing like green spaghetti squashes, and then I've got the kind that vine and grow the white ones. So I want to show y'all those.
I actually think that bush one was the one that Jared recommended.
Yeah, you can see some down in there. I'm gonna tell you what they're called.
Do what?
I'm gonna tell them what they're called. It's a Baker Creek seed, but it's in the spaghetti squash. The first part is M-A-K-A, if you're interested. They've grown like crazy. This is also from Baker Creek. It's more the traditional type. It's vining everywhere. It's got spaghetti squashes all over it. And I love this golden zucchini. That's another one of my favorites. I don't even grow green zucchini anymore. I just like the golden. No difference in the taste. I guess it's just a visual thing for me. I just like it. Okay. So that's a squash pumpkin. It's huge. There's not much on it yet, but it's gonna be.
Now see, I might have accidentally been pulling weeds right down in here.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll give that a no. I didn't, because look at all that. Look at all that grass.
I don't know what that is. That's a meadowlark. That may be all we had of that.
Oh man.
And it had squash on it too.
Hey, while we're standing right here, I want you to look right there. Is that right there going to be the watermelon of the year? While I'm saying that, I'm changing the date. There's been too many comments out there of I wish I could get in, but I don't think I'll have my watermelons ready for the August 15th weigh-in. I have made the ultimate decision. What do you call that? We call the biggest
executive.
Yeah, I have made the executive decision to move it to mid-October. How's that? Will you get in if it's in mid-October?
All right, we actually do have one more meadowlark. So we got one meadowlark. We got candy roasters going down there. I'll be showing y'all those as they start getting ready. They're just still growing, blooming, putting on tiny babies. I've got an Amish pie pumpkin plant down here. I've got some honeydew melon, cantaloupe, and lots of watermelon. And then I'm gonna pan over here and show you my sweet potatoes. I don't want this video to get too long, but they are going nuts. I'm super excited because we love sweet potatoes around here. I want to end this by showing you my other herb beds. I cleaned them up. I've been drying the herbs out of them too. So, just trying to get herbs preserved. That's one area, I don't know about y'all, that's one area I have fell sadly behind. I've grown a ton of herbs, but then I don't do anything with them. But then in the winter, when I have time to read and everyone's sicknesses are going around and stuff, then I really get into herbs, and I think, oh, you silly, you grew half these things and you let them just go to seed or die or whatever. And a lot of herbs, thankfully, will reseed themselves. So I have a lot of herbs going, but let me just show you how they're doing. My valerian, it's doing pretty good. I got my horehound, which I know I ordered that for colds and coughs and things like that. Some of the remedies I was making. Mullein is going really good. Mullein, I keep calling it mullein. I have a cousin named Mullein, which I love. Love you, Mullein, if you're watching. And I keep calling this mullein. It's actually mullein. I got yarrow. Needs a little weeding. I actually cleaned this bed up though and cut this mint way back and dried some of it to give these things a fighting chance. I've got comfrey down here, and then I've also got chamomile. I think this is something, but I don't think I planted it. I'm wondering if Emily did, or if you know what this is, let me know. Or if you know what this is, let me know.
Or if you know what.
That smells familiar. Let me smell this. Doesn't smell familiar. Hope it's not a poisonous weed I just smelled.
Or if you know what this is, you eat it, or you can crush it and dehydrate it.
You can plant it.
You can plant it. And you can find it in a road ditch every once in a while and put it in. This is one of them.
Emily planted all these flowers. I've got skullcap. It's still kind of trying to get going, but it's doing okay. It's in there.
Bermuda grass.
And then I've got, I think this is patchouli. And this is my bergamot, which I love the smell of bergamot. My essential oil, that's my favorite one. So I'm gonna figure out how to do something with that. And more mint. Okay, I got a question for y'all.
You better hurry.
I read about spearmint versus peppermint, and it said spearmint is attached more to the stalk, like down here at the bottom. There's no stem showing. Would you call that attached at the stalk? Okay, and then over here, look at this one. Would you call that attached at the stalk? Both look attached at the stalk to me, and one's supposed to be spearmint and one's supposed to be peppermint. If you recognize the difference in these two, let me know. I don't know, I can't tell the difference. I'd like to know for herbal purposes and remedies and things like that, because you can do some different things with different ones. So we have got somewhere exciting to go, so we got to jump off here. We're going to deliver a special package that you'll be seeing on the next video. So we are heading out right now to go do that.
I actually got to go wrap the package.
Yeah, you got to wrap the package, and we got to drive it over. So y'all be watching to see who's getting a package from us and what kind of package. Thanks for going around with us. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it's a blast. It's a hot blast.
Yeah, it is hot.
I did give me a good lemon squash.
We'll see y'all later.
Thanks for watching.
God bless.